Alright, here's my wind generator. It's a pretty windy day, but I'm not up high enough. I'm down below the trees. I have a lot of trees around me. Even though I'm on top of a great big hill, if I can get above the trees, I'll get up there in that wind. And that's in the working building a new tower. It's going to go right here and go up between all these trees and be out at the top. It'd be the most out of the way place that's close to my shop. But it's just barely turning because the wind's really dirty. It keeps moving around and it just won't hardly turn. See, it's starting to track a little bit. The wind's blowing like hell. Just ain't none down here hardly. Oh, here we get a little burst down here. Not enough. What I'm making a video on today is I got a little update on it. I got me some golf cart batteries. I got 4 of them. I got them wired up for 12 volts. Each one of these batteries are, let's see, 186 amp hours. So 186 amp hours times 2 is how many amp hours I got. Can't do math with this crap. Alright, this is my old alternator test bench. I have stripped down, took all the useful parts out of and repurposed. I got my amp gauge, or my volt gauge, and my amp gauge. My amp gauge is a dual amp gauge. It does 200 and 400 amps, depending on where you flip the switch to. And it does that because it has 2 shunts and they read over 1 or over 2 of them. It changes the millivolts to how it reads. I was testing with this battery, but now I got them. I have an old back housing of a 30SI, I believe it was, and it had some bolts broke out in it, so it couldn't be reused in an alternator. Had a good rectifier in it. Got it out of the junk pile. Put me a ground stud directly into the frame. Got my hot running here. I've got my solar panels here, which is a 45 watt grid tie, or not grid tie, 45 watt Harbor Freight. Here's the positive and negative coming down from the wind generator, and here's the 3-phase. I haven't got any output out of this yet. I wish I would, but I'm not. And the reason I'm not is you have to get this thing up to at least 300 RPMs or it won't generate anything. And let me show you why I can't get 300 RPMs. Because of that. I've got to get up above the treetops. So I'm starting buying the parts to build me a 45-foot wind tower to get above them treetops. Right now that's only at about 14 feet. It was a 20-foot pole, but I needed a piece for something else. It's laying right there because I'm doing a little reworking on my MTD 990s and I needed some steel. But my lights in here, this place is off grid now. My lights, which is just a couple lights, are running off my power inverter. It's only an 800 watt power inverter, but I picked it up for $15 at a pawn shop a couple years ago. I've got my hot and my negative cables that came with the battery tester. That's why they got clamps on them, or the alternator tester. And if I can ever get enough wind down here to test this, I'll give you some results. I've tested it on the test bench, not this one, the one I have at work, and at 350 RPMs it starts charging. It only puts out a max of 35 amps, but you don't have to have the solenoids and the dump loads and all that stuff because it has a regulator that will keep it from getting above 13.6. It has a 13.6 set volt set in it. So that'll protect me from burning up my batteries with my wind generator. So I don't need all that other stuff. My solar panels are just connected direct. I actually need to unhook that because at night that drains it. I don't even have a diode on it right now. But I'll be hooking that up pretty soon to where it has a diode so it won't drain at night. And it doesn't put out a whole lot of power. It's just 45 watts, so I don't really think I'm going to overcome this battery pack with it. If that becomes a problem, I will buy a solar charge controller or build one. I'll probably just build one. Because I just use a dump load type system on it. I've got solenoids. I have my alternator test bench. I've got maybe my 220 breaker here if I need to use it. I've got a 70 amp DC breaker. This breaker is designed for 80 volts, I believe. This is an AC or DC breaker. Huh, I didn't know that till just now. But that came out of this thing. This was an old battery charger for a cell phone tower that I bought for $200 for all the gauges and electronics out of it, and then I scrapped out the transformer and got 160 back out of the transformer a couple years ago. Had a lot of copper in it. But that's your update for now. I plan on eventually getting this refrigerator, a set of lights across the roof permanently installed, and outlets in here to all run off of this. And this is all in testing to get ready. Once I get all the bugs worked out of it, it's going to go on my house. I'm eventually going to go completely off grid. It's going to be hard. We have to do a lot of changes and reducing how much power we use and all that, but I think we can do it with about 3,000 watts of power. I think we can do it. I have to change to a gas stove, gas cook stove, and a gas dryer, and a gas electric heater, or gas water heater. But with all that stuff off of there, I think we can make it on 3,000 watts, no problem. Now if I could just get to spin. Well, that's your update for now. Leave me any comments or any ideas you might have. I sure appreciate it. I've been working on this particular alternator design for about 3 years. It's a self-exciting alternator, but I've done some modifications and tweaks to it that make it super low RPM. Alright, thank you for watching.